United coming slightly as underdogs here tonight. Barcelona wearing the blue strip get the European Cup Winners' Cup final underway. Manchester United in a strip of all white. Fernando on the far side. Koeman, who will have such a big influence through that midfield area. Dennis Irwin. Koeman playing it in again. Pallister away. Eusebio. Kachir on the far side. Number 3 is Alessanco. Koeman again, just splaying those simple balls all around him. And a throw to Manchester United. Barcelona 0, Manchester United 0. Bruce almost losing out there for a moment. There's Pallister. That's a good ball by Pallister. Now McClair, and a real chance for Manchester United. Oh, and he's knocked it over. That was a glorious opportunity, and Brian Leclerc, who scored in every round. What a good pass by Pallister. And it looked odds on here that something might happen for United, and well, that was the final result.
I'm afraid that's the sort of chance that you actually dream about getting in the first 10 minutes of a game.
And you need to take, Jimmy,
as well. You need to take it, Brian, you're quite right. And Brian Leclerc is the type of man you would favour in that sort of position. Really made a pig's ear of the situation. One has to say that. Unfortunately, that was a great opportunity for Manchester to take the lead.
Alessanco up to Koeman, who suddenly sprung up amongst the front runners. It was such a good ball from Pallister.
It was a great ball from Gary Pallister, and it proves one thing, that you can actually break down the defence. I mean, it was a long ball. It wasn't tight at all. He had plenty of room. He took the ball on, and he didn't steady himself at all.
Well, here's McClair again in possession. And this time, Busquets out quickly as Hughes went in to challenge. Here's Alessanco now for Barcelona. Pallister again. Robson. Ince hustled out of it by Eusebio. Koeman playing it to Baquero. Tangling there with Phelan. Now they're bringing Michael Laudrup into it. He's always dangerous coming in from this left-hand angle. 26-year-old Danish international, twice Denmark's Footballer of the Year. Well wide with that shot, though.
I think it's fair to say that he's looked the most dangerous player on the park.
Bruce. Owen gets it away. Let's have a quick word from Dennis Law. Halfway through the first half, Dennis, your impressions?
I think that Manchester United have done extremely well. Barcelona got off to a good start in the opening minutes of the game, but considering that we think Barcelona is such a great side, I, at the moment, cannot see any danger at all for United if United play. And I think they've done extremely well. Should have taken the lead when McClair was straight through and let the ball bobbled up a little bit. But I think United have done well. They've reduced Barcelona to just one shot.
Thank you, Dennis. Well, another throw for United.
Well, Dennis is quite right, but I still say the lawman would have buried that ball in the back of the net.
Well, Irwin with the throw. McClair. Irwin. McClair having a shot off, tucked off him there by Ferre. And the referee running across to give the free kick. This is Carlos Busquets, just 23 years old, remember, has never played in the first team until tonight. Irwin with the kick now for Manchester United. Let's see if they can make this one count. The big men are up there again. Robson's in there too. Bruce is very deep on this one, and Pallister's in there too, and it almost came for Hughes. And you just got a glimpse there what we were talking about, because that was almost a clear header there for Gary Pallister.
It was a good effort, actually. It was a clear header, and he got his head to it, and it was well directed, and it actually just hit a Barcelona player. It was an extremely good header. Might have been a little bit fortunate there, Barcelona.
Well, here's
the big man got up well.
to Koeman. Not forward again towards Eusebio. Baquero getting in now. And across the face of that goal, that might have gone anywhere. Baquero trying to keep it going for Barcelona, and in the end, United pull themselves together in defence. Blackmore. Hughes. That's the first bit of Mark Hughes we've seen, where he's looked confident and he's held off people and he's played the ball well and found his man. Bruce wanting it forward again. Here's Hughes again. That's a good ball again for Freeland. Crossed in there, and Ronald Koeman again there for Barcelona. It'll be a throw for Manchester United. That was an excellent Manchester United move, and it could have been so dangerous. But for Koeman. Ince followed out there by Koeman. Now will Phelan get to this one? Yes. Gets it back to Steve Bruce. A little chip by him. That was almost inch perfect, but United now keeping this pressure going as Ince gets it wide there for Leclerc. Leclerc then gives it away to Baquero. Here's Alessanco, the skipper of Barcelona. Koeman. Oh, Clayton Blackmore caught in possession there. He gets past Robson as well. Goycochea's shot bobbling rather nastily there in front of Les Sealy. That's Goycochea.
Oh, he's looking for a miracle if he wants to score from there, isn't he?
Irwin the long ball. Nando knocking it back to Alessanco, and almost caught by Sharp.
Having talked about the Leclerc miss, I still think that he's the key to United because he does get forward unmarked.
Here's Hughes. Bundled off the ball unfairly. A free kick for Manchester United. I just wonder whether Clayton Blackmore might try something from this sort of range, or whether he might feel that is a little too far for him. He's advancing towards the free kick, although Robson there looked as though he wanted to get it taken quickly. Blackmore up behind it though. Now can he do a Koeman on Barcelona? 1 minute of the first half left. They say it's a great time to score in any game. So Busquets might get his hands peppered here as Blackmore drives it, but on this occasion quite tamely wide of the wall and wide of the Barcelona goal. It's a really grey, bleak, cold night here in Holland, but as Jimmy Greaves was saying, there's a degree of optimism with the way that Manchester United are playing in this Cup Winners' Cup final against Barcelona, but it's still 0-0. There's an important header that Pallister got in there. And there's another of his headers, but he hits it straight at Begiristain. Half-time whistle here in Rotterdam. Manchester United have had the better of it. They've had a glorious opportunity from Brian Leclerc that went over the top. But the half-time situation here in this Cup Winners' Cup final of 1991, Manchester United 0, Barcelona 0. The referee, Mr. Carlson, who was also in charge of the quarter-final between Marseille and Milan, you may remember, when the lights failed in Marseille and Milan walked off, and in the end he had to abandon the game right at the end, and well, it's Marseille who went on, and indeed Chris Waddle's side now in the European Cup final. But here we go now in Rotterdam for this second half of this Cup Winners' Cup final. Barcelona, let me remind you, in the blue strip, Manchester United in the white. Robson up with the header. Here's McLeod. A little touch through now for Mark Hughes. Can he finish that up? It was a little lob over the keeper, but sadly for United also over the crossbar.
Well, again, it was half a chance, because if you look at the situation, Mark Hughes is there first. It was not the best of efforts from Mark Hughes. One has to say that again.
Bruce to Irwin. Sharp. Robson. Flag stays down. And Hughes on his way. Nando's after him. Hughes now onto that right foot. And United unlucky there. That just ricocheted off the defender. That looked to be goal bound. Hughes, just as he did in Warsaw, took it onto that right foot from that identical position and just clipped Nando, as you saw. And it's a corner for Manchester United, which Sharp will take. Poised the big men, ready to have a launch at this one, but it's Alessandro with a header away for Barcelona. And an offside, surely, yes, against Goicoechea. So 10 minutes of the second half gone. Alec Ferguson on his feet, trying to attract Lee Sharp's attention for something. And it's Manchester United 0, Barcelona 0. Now Goicoechea. Salinas waiting in the middle. Vigoristan. Laudrup. Koeman's made a break. They'll have to watch this one. Salinas with a little turn. And Koeman tried to play it in again. And Blackmore seemed an age before he could get in there. But Ronald Koeman there suddenly made that break from midfield. And suddenly all sorts of possibilities opened up for Barcelona.
Actually, it's not before time that Koeman has done something in this game. He really hasn't done a lot so far.
Missed kick there. Can Sharp take advantage of it? Can McClair take advantage of it? They're all over the place. Will it fall for Lee Sharp? It's just gone wide.
I don't think Lee Sharp's got much to reproach himself for. I think the ball was well covered when he hit it. I've got an idea that the defenders would have got there had it been on target. Yeah. Well,
he might just have done. But that's the first time, really, there have been a serious lapse in the Barcelona defence in this second half. United have to win here to qualify for European competition next season, remember. Although Barcelona have won the Spanish League and will go into the European Cup, it doesn't mean that if United lose, they can still qualify. The flag is up. They have to win. Mind you, if they do win, it'll be a mighty strong English representation in Europe next season, with Arsenal in the European Cup, Liverpool in the UEFA Cup, and then Manchester United, of course, in the Cup Winners' Cup, along with the winners of Spurs and Forest on Saturday. Real mouth-watering prospects there, as United now get another free kick. The foul by Alessandro on Mark Hughes. And we'll see what happens from this, and then get another view from Dennis Law. As Carlos Busquets again makes everything is okay ahead of him. Blackmore's behind this one, surely not from this range. No, it's going to be Brian Robson floating in there towards Steve Bruce, and it's in there. United are in the lead. Steve Bruce with a header. A fantastic breakthrough. Robson's free kick. Bruce with a header. Hughes went in and finished it off, but I think it was probably already over the line. We'll have a look maybe from this angle. A great header by Bruce, beyond the clutching arms of the keeper. No, in fact, well, it's in there, and United are in the lead.
Well, I think you've got to give it to Steve Bruce, but if I was Mark Hughes, I'd be claiming it.
Fantastic moment, though. Manchester United in the lead. Salinas, Pinilla, bringing Goicoechea. He's the real danger man, this one. Getting the cross in. Bruce with a header, getting a bit of distance on it. And a corner given to Barcelona. So it's Goicoechea again. Goicoechea with the corner. Robson with the header. McClair, the long ball forward, and it's Insu's right up there. Hughes onside. There's a chance for another one here. maybe not now. Yes, there is! A fantastic goal by Hughes! Spreads his arms wide and probably makes the game safe for United. I thought he'd taken that far too wide. He was forced wide by the goalkeeper's attentions, but what about this? Whack! 2-0 for Manchester United. Robson's probing ball again. Hughes in the clear. Keeper outside the box. And then this explosion that makes it 2-0 Manchester United.
That really was a bit of skill, because you're quite right. I mean, he took it far too wide of the goalkeeper, but what a blaster. Oh, dear, oh dear. Pick
Well,
that one out.
that's certainly Mark Hughes' goal. The first one's been credited to him as well, I gather. 2 for Hughes, 2 for Manchester United, none so far for Barcelona. Kerman, long ball wide there to Laudrup. Phelan hustling to get that one away, couldn't quite make it. It's Laudrup again. Oh, that's a lovely bit of play on the ground by Laudrup. And the challenge by Robson. And the referee's given the free kick.
Yeah, I don't think that was any thing other than a genuine late challenge. I don't think there was.
So there's problems for Johan Cruyff now and for his Barcelona team. But watch Koeman. He has got the most explosive free kick. He's renowned for it throughout European football. And United, if he pierces this wall and gets it past Les Sealey, they're not home and dry yet. Here's Koeman with the free kick. And it's in there! Well, there's relief for Barcelona. And the game has opened up again. There's the warning about the free kick. Perfectly played. Sealey, in fact, looked as though he got a hand to it. And probably knocked it onto the post, and into the back of the net it went. But it's Manchester United 2, Barcelona 1.
Well, you're right enough about this guy, Koeman, and it dipped just at the perfect moment from his point of view. Made it very difficult for Les Sealey, who did get his hand to it.
In goes Clayton Blackmore. Nando's cushion header for Koeman. Here's Baquero. And suddenly Barcelona look a different side now as Laudrup comes forward for them. The ball comes in. It might come for Baquero. It might now come for Pinillo, but the flag is up. The flag is up. The flag is up.
Yeah, the flag was up for
My
a long
word, it's
time.
getting a bit close now.
Yeah, you're quite right, Brian. What Manchester have got to do is they've got to get hold of this ball and just knock it around between themselves for 10, 15 seconds just to get themselves back into a bit of composure.
It's Barcelona who are doing all this now, you see. They just can't get possession sensibly, United. This is Eusebio. Oh, come on, now let's see if we can...
That's it.
McClare now. Hughes is up ahead of him. Hughes is on his way again, looking for a hat-trick. Down he goes. That's a free kick right on the edge of the box, and Nando will get a yellow card. Will he? A red card! Nando sent off for presumably the professional foul on Mark Hughes on the edge of the box. And Barcelona, the ball seemed to be swinging their way, and now it could be swinging against them as they're reduced to 10 men. I feel that was terribly harsh, mind you.
It was a bit harsh, but he has clattered Lee Sharp a few times, and I suppose justice has finally been done. He certainly has won it. Now, he did bring Mark Hughes down. You can't really argue with that.
That puts a slightly different complexion on it, I must admit.
It was a one-on-one situation.
And Nando's off.
And as I say, he has done his share in this game.
If United win, they'll become the 6th team from England to have won this Cup Winners' Cup. Spurs, West Ham, Manchester City, Chelsea and Everton are the others. The glorious 6, if United can just do it. Pinilla being challenged by Bruce. Oh! Pinilla's getting in there. There could be problems here. Sealey has lost it again. And Laudrup kicked off the line by Blackmore. My goodness me, how close that was. And it's not over yet. Phelan back there. My goodness, up to Hughes, and now United can break out. McClare's made a brilliant break United. Can Hughes pick him up? Coming towards the last minute now. Here's McClare. Lee Sharp's gone into the middle. Robson with the ball. Now just hold it for a moment. Plays it now for McClare. Sharp and Hughes are waiting in the middle. And a good save by the keeper, but it's a goal, it's a corner. And that'll take a little more time. 1 minute to go.
Well, that was as good as a goal from Clayton Blackmore, kicking it off the line, and Brian McClare there.
But what a miss, what a miss. And what a scare for United.
Well, it was, but it was great positioning by Clayton Blackmore to get it off the line.
On my watch, 15 seconds are left. Goycochea with a long, despairing kick out of defence. They get it back to Becerra. It's not over yet. Here come Barcelona again. Ince trying to get his challenge in and does so well. McClare playing it up there, but that was a wasted ball. And Busquets will now get the ball as far downfield as he can. We're playing time added on. Alistair's header. Sharp gets it away. Now hold it, Mark Hughes. No, he can't. Oh, and it's been knocked by McClare straight to Goycochea. In comes Dennis Owen. It's over! Manchester United are winners. 2 goals for 1 after a wait of 23 years. Nesini frustrating the goal. 2 goals by Mark Hughes. And United are home. Victors in Europe. A place in Europe next season as well. Alec Ferguson, the victorious manager. What a marvellous night for British football and above all for a great club, Manchester United. Well, here comes the big moment for Manchester United, and not least for their irrepressible captain, Brian Robson. Up he goes. The Cup Winners' Cup of 1991 belongs to Manchester United.